Imagine a world without water. Sounds impossible, right? But what if it's not? Welcome to the realm of the unimaginable, where we challenge the confines of possibility. Water, the transparent, tasteless, odorless, and nearly colorless chemical substance that we so often take for granted, forms the very foundation of life as we know it. Water is like the silent hero of our existence. It's in every cell, every tissue, every organ of your body. It's the morning coffee that kickstarts your day, the refreshing shower that washes your fatigue away. It's the green fields that yield your food, and the rivers that power your cities. Imagine a world where your morning ritual no longer involves a steaming cup of coffee, because water, the main ingredient, has become a scarce commodity. Imagine walking into a grocery store and finding the shelves devoid of fresh produce because agriculture has taken a severe hit. Picture a world where energy production is at a standstill because hydroelectric power plants no longer have enough water to generate electricity. Humorous as it may seem, consider a world where people compete in waterless shower contests, where the winner is the one who manages to stay the cleanest using the least amount of water. Or envision a world where water becomes the new oil, with nations vying for control over this precious resource. But here's the shocker. This isn't the plot of a dystopian sci-fi novel. It's a very real prospect. The world might be running out of water. The rivers are drying up, the groundwater is being depleted, and the glaciers are melting away. Water scarcity is a very real threat. We may be closer to a world without water than you think. This isn't just about your morning coffee or your clean showers. It's about life itself, because without water, there is no life. So let's dive deeper into this unimaginable reality. Let's explore what happens if the Earth runs out of water, because sometimes the unthinkable needs to be thought about. Without water, our daily routines would be turned upside down. Imagine waking up and not being able to make your morning coffee. The aroma of freshly brewed beans, a distant memory. And don't even get me started on tea drinkers. Dry tea leaves, anyone? Your breakfast would be a new kind of crunchy, with no milk for your cereal. And cooking? Well, let's just say your pasta would be al dente. Forever. Your soup recipes would transform into dry mixed spices, and your steamed vegetables would have to get used to a life of being raw. Cleaning would become an Olympic event. Picture this. Washing your dishes with sand, scrubbing away, hoping that the baked-on lasagna from last night magically disappears. And your clothes? Well, they'd either be worn until they walked away on their own, or you'd have to resort to beating them against a rock, just like in the good old days. Now let's talk hygiene. Forget about warm showers and bubble baths. They'd be as extinct as dinosaurs. And brushing your teeth with soda? Sure, it might give you that minty fresh feeling, but your dentist will be having nightmares. We'd miss the simple pleasures too. The joy of water fights on a hot summer day, the soothing sound of rain hitting the window, the magic of snowflakes falling from the sky, all would be tales of the past. And what about our furry friends? Fish would be the new land animals, and your dog's favorite pastime of chasing sprinklers would be replaced by, well, chasing its own tail. Without water, every day would be a struggle. But the effects of water scarcity go beyond our homes. It would ripple out, affecting agriculture, industries, and wildlife, fundamentally altering life as we know it. But that's a story for another scene. Stay tuned, and remember, conserve water. You don't want to be brushing your teeth with cola, do you? Imagine a world where California's Central Valley, the world's salad bowl, turns into a desert. A world where the Amazon rainforest, the lungs of the earth, withers away. A world where the Mississippi, the Nile, and the Yangtze rivers are but a memory, their once roaring waters reduced to mere trickles in the parched earth. What would happen to our global food supply? You see, water is a key ingredient to grow almost everything we eat. Without it, we might have to start considering some rather unappetizing options. Picture this, a world where cacti become the new kale and tumbleweeds are the latest superfood. Our daily diet might just consist of a prickly pear for breakfast, a cactus salad for lunch, and perhaps a nice tumbleweed tea for dinner. Hungry yet? And what about our fauna and flora? The loss of water would lead to an unprecedented loss of biodiversity. Elephants, with their need for daily baths, might have to switch to a dry shampoo routine. Our beloved penguins could end up trading their sleek waddles for a shuffle in the sand. And the fish? Well, they might have to develop legs and join us on land. And let's not forget the Amazon, the world's largest tropical rainforest. Without water, it would turn into the world's largest, well, just forest. Its millions of species of plants and animals would be lost, and with them, the balance of our planet's ecosystem. A global water shortage could also create massive geopolitical conflicts as nations scramble to secure whatever water resources remain. Picture a world where ice from Mars becomes the new oil, with nations vying to stake their claim. The world without water would be a world on the brink of collapse. It would be a world where the rules of life as we know it would be rewritten. But remember, it's not too late to change course. We can still make a difference. We can still ensure that our world remains a lush, vibrant and water-filled place for generations to come. So, what can we do to prevent this doomsday scenario? The answer is simpler than you might think. Let's start with the basics. We can all conserve water by taking shorter showers. Now, I'm not suggesting you take a shower just once a week, although that would certainly save a lot of water. But if the smell becomes too much to bear, don't say I didn't warn you. How about turning off the faucet while you brush your teeth? Or collecting the cold water that runs before your shower heats up and using it to water your plants? It's a win-win situation. Your plants get a drink and you get to save the planet. Now let's get a little more creative. Have you ever considered starting a neighborhood rainwater collection competition? Picture this. Everyone on your block gets a rain barrel, and at the end of the rainy season, the person with the most water wins. The prize could be anything from neighborhood bragging rights to a year's supply of eco-friendly soap. Let's shift gears a bit and talk about something that might sound a bit more serious: sustainable agriculture. It's a big word, I know, but it's actually quite simple. It's all about growing food in a way that uses less water and doesn't harm the environment. So, next time you're at the grocery store, consider buying organic. It's a small step that can make a big difference. And speaking of food, did you know it takes nearly 1,000 gallons of water to produce just 1 pound of beef? So by eating less meat, you can save a lot of water. Now, I'm not saying you have to go full vegetarian, but maybe meatless Mondays wouldn't be such a bad idea. The future of our planet is in our hands. It's time to step up and make a difference. In a world without water, life as we know it would cease to exist. But we have the power to prevent this. Imagine a day without a drop of water. It's a bleak picture, isn't it? From the mundane, like our morning cup of coffee, to the critical, like hydration and sanitation, water is the invisible thread that weaves our lives together. The ripple effect of a waterless world would not only parch our throats, but also our economy, our ecosystems, and our very existence. But this doesn't have to be our future. We have the power to rewrite this story. Water conservation is not just about preserving a resource, it's about ensuring our survival. Remember, every drop counts, and every action we take today can help ensure a future where water is plentiful. The choice is ours to make. Will we let our planet run dry, or will we take action to ensure a future where water is plentiful? The clock is ticking,